Hello, everybody. This is Dave Wallace coming to you from my home here in Wahiawa, Hawaii. And tonight I'm going to be sharing with you the numbers from for the Florida Fantasy Five that I created earlier today. Now, I am sharing this mainly as a break from my writing. I've been writing a lot and feeling kind of burnt out, and I needed something to kind of like distract my mind from. So I'm using the lottery to kind of like refocus. Now, for those of you who's not, I know some of you folks are listening, going to be asking me for numbers for all kind of different lotteries. To set things straight, there are only three lotteries that I play. The first one is the Powerball. Second one is the Mega Million. And both of those I play for my family, and I don't post numbers for that anymore. So don't ask. The third lottery that I play is the Fantasy Five for the Florida. And once in a while, I'll post this and I'll play it sometimes, okay? But this is more of a break from me, break from the ordinary. And just to give you an idea, for those of you who think this is a simple process I use, it's not. It's very complicated and drawn out. In fact, I do teach this to people, and only people who are serious about winning the lottery and being consistent with the lottery take my classes. And there are two ways that I go after the lottery. Some of you folks are familiar with my picture method. That is my standard associative remote viewing, or ARV method, where each of my pictures represent the number from the number 1 through 70. And I project my mind to a few minutes after the numbers are drawn, where all of the numbers are drawn. And I look at the numbers and the pictures that these numbers represent. And that's how I come up with my number sets. The method that I use for the Florida Fantasy Five is slightly different. And this one is going on based mainly on probability and looking at repeating patterns and trying to find the patterns within there. And to get to the process, the final end, this is the worksheet. This is the final worksheet that I use. Okay, and I'll be showing you folks clear view of this later when I share my screen. Okay, so this is my worksheet that I have. In order to get there, I have to take a look at all of the numbers in the last 100 draws. Okay, so in order to get there, I have to go back to October of last year. Okay, and this is how 100 draws look like. Okay, so there's 36 numbers. And these are all me hand counting everything, then classifying and grouping the numbers by the frequency, okay, and the size. So that's part of the work. After getting that, there's more. Okay, and this is part of it. Okay, and this is me looking at the numbers. As you can see, some of the green numbers go all the way up, all the way up the side. So the numbers that are down here, almost all of them, with the exception of this number right here, 35, they're repeating numbers, okay, from a long time ago, coming all the way down. All right. So those are some of the things that I go through. And again, it took me 6 hours to put this together. So for those of you who are going to say, hey, can you do, New York? whatever, whatever state that has the lottery? My answer is no. And if you're really serious and you want me to do the state lottery, then give me a call, contact me, and let's talk business, okay? Because my time is valuable. And so if you want me to work on something for you, you're gonna have to make it worth my while, okay? Anyway, let's get to my page that I wanted to share with that the numbers occurred. I chart the numbers and over the last 20 draws, this is where I get my number profiles from. What happened? What number showed up in the last 20 draws? That's what I base. That's the information that I use to create my number profiles, okay? And what I did is, the first thing I did is, there are 36 numbers in the lottery. I divided the 36 by 6 into 6 different groups, okay? And here you can see right next to the numbers, there's letters, okay? M, S. This is the number size. So the first set of numbers, first 6 numbers are tiny. So if you take a look at number 3, you got tiny, T right here. The number 6 is T. So you have tiny. Then the next set is, the next 6 is small. Okay. Then medium. Then big. Then large. Then extra large. Okay, what is extra large? Here you go, extra large. So the letter right next to it, you have tiny, small, medium, big, large, and extra large. Okay, so those are the 6 categories based on size. The other thing that I take a look at is the frequency. How often is the numbers showing up? And I divided that into 4 categories. So basically 36 divided by 4, there should be about 9 numbers per category if things were spread out equally, but it's not. Okay, so and these are the number codes, the second letters that I use. This is warm, and the C is cold, I is icy. So there's a lot of warms, and then we have 2 hot numbers. So the numbers that were most repeated are hot numbers. Right below the hot numbers, we have warm numbers. Next to the warm numbers, we have cold numbers, and the absolute coldest numbers that hardly repeated are the icy. Okay, so we got the size and frequency. Then I took a look at the last 20 draws and to take a look at which numbers in the last 20 draws repeated the most. And here on this chart, these are numbers that appeared 6 or more times. The number 15 and 17 were the most frequently repeated numbers. In fact, 15 appeared, I believe, 8 times. 17 showed up about 7 times, and the rest of the numbers showed up 6 times. Right below that, we have numbers that appeared 5 times, then numbers that appeared 4 times, numbers that appeared 3 times. And this group right here, numbers that appeared 3 times in the last 20, this is normally the largest category, okay? Then numbers that repeated at least twice, and numbers that appeared only once, okay? And then the numbers that were lost, that did not show up. Okay. And this is two numbers that did not show up in the last 20 draws are 1 and 19. Okay. So this is the last 20 draws. Now, when I take a look at the history of the draw, the last 20 draws, actually the last 5 draws, the last 5 draws, you're going to have 25 numbers, okay? And so I want to see how many hot numbers, and this is the frequency, and then the size of the numbers, okay? So in the last 5 draws, we had 5 warm, 5 hot, 8 warm, 7 cold, 5 icy, and then the size, you had 4 tiny, 6 small, 5 medium, 3 big, 2 large, and 5 extra large. And these are the even and odd numbers based on their appearance, going from the first number, smallest number, all the way to the largest number. So there are 3 even numbers and 2 odd numbers for the first numbers. And this is part of the profiles, looking at the number of even and odd numbers that you need for your number sets. Okay. And finally, these here, the letters here, is exactly the same as this right here. So all I'm doing is how many R's were there? Well, there are 7. And there's only 5 numbers up here, which means 2 of these numbers, which is 15 and 17, repeated twice. And then both of these numbers, 33 and 16, showed up at least once, okay? And then you got 3 of these numbers right here, 8 of these numbers, and then 4 of these numbers, and 1 of these numbers. And so this helps me in creating my number profiles, okay? So I take this information, hot, cold, tiny, the size, even odd numbers, and all of this information, and I create my number profiles right here. Like I said, there are 5 hot numbers, right? And so I got 5 H's right across here. And then the next one was 8 warm numbers. So you get doubling up over here, okay? 6, 7, 8, and etc. So these are the frequency, okay? And then these are the sizes right here, okay? And then here you have these numbers distributed, these letters distributed all along here. And then the number of odds and even numbers right across here. So all of these letters is what I call a number profile. And in order for a number to be listed here, these numbers need to meet these profiles anywhere it can, okay? So if it doesn't meet the profile, it doesn't belong. So the numbers that I came up with for tomorrow, the first profile is number 3, 8, 15, 20, and 33. The next set is 6, 12, 17, 21, 34. Next set is 2, 11, 16, 21, 34. Next set is 5, 7, 17, 25, 33. And the final set is 9, 10, 18, 28, and 32. Taking a look at the numbers, you also begin to notice certain things like the numbers 2 and 3. You have a lot of consecutive numbers. 2, 3 is one of them. Another one is 6, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Then you have 9, 10, 11. Then you have 16, 17, 18. Actually going back to 15, 16, 17, and 18. And then you got 20 and 21. And then you have 32 and 33. So sometimes it's a good idea to get these numbers that run consecutive and maybe put them together in a number set. So I did that right here by putting the 9 and 10 together. Okay. And you can do that too. All right. So these are the numbers for tomorrow, and I'll be checking them and posting the results, see how well we do. These numbers are good for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Okay. So I hope you folks got this, and good luck for those of you who are gonna try and work these. And again, I do teach people how to do this. Okay, either the picture method, or if you're cerebral and you like numbers, and you can try the method that I just gave you folks, showed you folks now. There's a lot of probability and math that can go into there that I really don't use. I mainly use my intuition to try and pick which one's the right ones. So, I do teach classes, and the classes are available on demand. And I do have people learning how to do this already, and they're progressing pretty well. And so we start on the small lotteries, and starting off with the pick 3, and then we move on to the pick 5 lottery, and not the pick 5 like the pick 3 and stuff where there's 0 through 9, but we go through something like the Fantasy 5, okay, and whatever state that they live in. And it's geared towards so that they can play the lotteries in their state. So I do offer the classes. So if you're interested in getting numbers, you can create your own by learning how to do this. Okay. Anyway, if you want more information on this, you can leave a message here on the video, or you can contact me on Facebook. I'm Kahu Dave, easy to find. Kahu, Kahu, Dave, Dave. You can find me pretty easy. Anyway, until tomorrow, and when we find out the results, okay? I wish you folks well, and you folks take care.